When you got the job on Moonlight, for those who haven't seen it,
I have seen it.
which is really an extraordinary film, here's a character that we see age over
50
decades,
years, yeah.
and who becomes a crack addict. And you had 3 days to shoot it. When you took it on, did you think you were going to get longer?
Well, yeah, it was never meant to be 3 days. It was because I had issues with visas because I'm British. So it was meant to be, yes.
You're British? Oh, wow, I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
You don't see the Bond
I
films?
thought she was from California.
I need some money.
For what?
That's my business. Don't you ask me no shit like that.
I don't have no
No,
money.
don't lie to me, boy. I'm your mama. That bitch over there ain't no Kenya. I'm your blood, remember? Now, I ain't feeling good. I need something to help me out. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I never felt rushed. It's only now that everybody's saying, oh my gosh, it was done in 3 days. That's insane. And I'm like, yeah, it is insane, actually. But at the time, it seemed perfectly reasonable, because Barry Jenkins, our director, was so calm and so reassuring. And he made me feel as though I had all the time in the world. So I never felt rushed. And I never felt like this was a feat that we had to achieve. It just felt perfectly doable, which is weird because it was made on a tiny little budget and we didn't have enough time. And it was crazy, because it was shot out of sequence. So I was going from older Paula to younger Paula to back to older to middle, it was kind of intense. But at the time, I was just so in it as well that, and I'd done so much research as well because, I knew that it was going to be this tiny amount of time on set. So I thought, let me make sure I know this character inside and out.
How did you research that?
YouTube.
Oh.
YouTube, I think, I discovered, it's my first time discovering this, but it's an incredible mine of information. Like, it has everything because you have people with their camera phones who go down into crack dens and record interviews with people, information that you would never be able to get from any other source. So, because obviously, I don't know anything about Miami in the 1980s or what have you, but I felt through these clips that I saw online that I got a real insight into those communities and those people's lives, and that's what helped me.
Were you reluctant to play a black woman who's a crack addict?
I was, yeah. I was because I grew up with very strong, intelligent, powerful women, and I don't feel as though they're reflected enough on, certainly when I was growing up anyway. I think that has changed a lot now, but I didn't feel as though they were reflected enough on screen, and so I sort of made it my mission that I was going to make my choices based on portraying positive images of women in general and black women in particular, and I didn't feel as though a crack addict fitted into that. But then Barry Jenkins told me, like you, it was, he asked me to play his mum, basically. And I thought, here's someone who's emotionally invested in ensuring that this character is given her full complexity and her full humanity.
Imagine you have a time capsule. You can put one great performance from a film in there. What would it be?
I am obsessed with The Sound of Music.
Oh.
That is my favorite movie
Really?
of all time. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm sorry. It's really sad, I'm really cheesy, and I'm really romantic. And that's what I like. So I'm going to put Julie Andrews in there. Because no matter how I'm feeling, she makes me feel better.
Is it over for you too, Naomi, when you've done a role? Is playing that character in Moonlight
sometimes.
over?
Paula is over. I'm thankfully very relieved not to be in her skin anymore because I think she's racked with a lot of guilt, which isn't a nice place to be. But when I played Winnie Mandela in Long Walk to Freedom, that role stayed with me for months afterwards. I couldn't get her out of my skin at all because it was the experience also of filming that in South Africa, and the legacy of apartheid. It's so real and so present when you're filming there that it just gets under your skin in a really unpleasant way, actually. And also because Winnie's journey is so much fueled by hatred, because she's been brutalized so much, that it really leaves you in quite a nasty place that I actually had to work very hard to come out from. Hi, I'm Naomi Harris. Thank you so much for watching. For more roundtables, please subscribe to The Hollywood Reporter.